Hey everyone, this is about the mysterious spiral horn of An, whether it was used to amplify sound or as an instrument. I'll also discuss if it was used as a ceremonial artifact for rituals to summon beings from other dimensions. I'd like to thank a friend for first bringing this topic to my attention. And thanks to another friend for helping me research this topic. Let's begin. The Horn of Chavín is one of the most impressive artifacts from ancient Peru. It was found in the temple complex of Chavín de Huántar and currently resides at the National Museum of Archaeology, Anthropology, and History in Lima. The horn consists of two intertwined serpents that form a spiral shape. It has a mouthpiece at the top and a flared opening at the bottom. It is 6 feet 4 inches long and weighs over 330 pounds. It was probably made between 900 and 1200 AD by the pre-Incan culture known as the people. The people lived high up in the clouds in the Peruvian Andes Mountains. They were known for their impressive stonework and their religious beliefs, which emphasized the worship of nature spirits. They had no written language, but left behind many sculptures and artifacts that depict a variety of deities and mythical creatures, such as the famous Chavín de Huántar sculpture, which depicts a deity with a jaguar's head and a staff adorned with human heads. Many researchers believe that the Chavín people engaged in ritualistic activities, such as hallucinogenic ceremonies and animal sacrifices. The Horn of Chavín may have played an important role in these ceremonies. There are several intriguing aspects of this artifact. First, the material from which it was made. It is crafted from a single piece of solid gold, which is quite impressive considering the size and weight of the horn. Gold was highly valued by the Chavín people and often associated with the supernatural and the gods. Second, the design of the horn itself. The two intertwined serpents not only symbolize the duality of life, but also represent the connection between the earth and the heavens. The mouthpiece at the top allows us to hypothesize how it may have been used as a musical instrument. Lastly, the flared opening at the bottom suggests that it could have been used as a megaphone to amplify the sound. There is a legend associated with the origin of the Horn of Chavín, which tells the story of a young musician who went to the mountains to learn how to play the horn from the gods. After much training, he returned to his village, where he played the horn so beautifully that the villagers danced all night long. However, when the sun began to rise, the music stopped and the horn turned to stone. Some scholars speculate that this myth may have originated from the fact that the Horn of Chavín was actually a ceremonial artifact used to summon beings from other dimensions during rituals and festivals, rather than just a simple musical instrument. Let's explore the possibility of the Horn of Chavín being used as a sound amplifier. First, if we look at its shape and construction, it makes sense that it could be used as a megaphone to amplify the sound. When someone speaks into the mouthpiece at the top, their voice would be projected outwards through the flared opening at the bottom. This would allow the person's voice to be heard more clearly and over a greater distance. In fact, there are many different types of horns that have been used throughout history as musical instruments and sound amplifiers, such as conch shells and the shofar. These instruments produce a sound that is louder and longer lasting than if you were to simply shout. So it's possible that the Horn of Chavín served a similar purpose. It is also worth noting that the Horn of Chavín was likely made to be played by two people, one at each end. This would have allowed the sound to be amplified even further, and would have made it easier to project the sound over long distances. The sound amplification theory is supported by the fact that the Horn of Chavín was found in a temple complex. Temples are typically places where religious ceremonies and rituals are performed, and it is possible that the Horn of Chavín was used as part of these activities. For example, the horn could have been used to amplify the chanting of priests or to project the sound of drums and other instruments. It could also have been used to make announcements or to communicate with people over long distances. However, there is another interesting theory regarding the Horn of Chavín that proposes that it was used to summon beings from other dimensions. This theory is based on the fact that the Horn of Chavín has been associated with various myths and legends, some of which tell the story of a great flood that occurred in ancient times. According to these myths, The floodwaters came from a portal or gateway that was opened by a powerful horn. It is said that the horn was able to summon beings from other dimensions, who then helped the Chavín people to rebuild their civilization after the flood. Some scholars believe that the horn of Chavín was used during rituals to open portals or gateways to other dimensions. These rituals may have involved the playing of the horn, as well as other activities such as dancing, singing, and the use of psychoactive substances. The idea that the horn of Chavín was used to summon beings from other dimensions is intriguing because it suggests that the Chavín people had a sophisticated understanding of the universe and the ability to interact with beings from other realms. However, it is also important to note that this theory is highly speculative, and there is little evidence to support it. In conclusion, the Horn of Chavín is a fascinating artifact that continues to baffle researchers and scholars alike. Whether it was used as a musical instrument, a sound amplifier, or a ceremonial object for summoning beings from other dimensions, its true purpose remains a mystery. What do you think? Was the Horn of Chavín used as a sound amplifier, a musical instrument, or a device to summon interdimensional beings? Feel free to share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos about ancient discoveries. Check out my other videos here. Thanks for watching.